Hi, this is Josh, and I'm back again. But this time, this is my first time, and I'm gonna be doing a video game review, and it's gonna be a game called Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It's my first PS4 game, and I here to elaborate with you guys. So here we go. It's set in during the golden age of pirates, and it starts out very abruptly. It starts as this guy called Edward Kenway. He leaves England to become a privateer. Ship crashes. Then he meets this guy, and he's an assassin. And then he kills him, and then he takes his place. And then, and it ensues where you meet the Templars. He goes to Havana to meet the Templars. And the first thing I gotta say about this is the graphics are the best I've seen so far. When I got it, it was the best graphics I've seen. So much into detail, and I really liked it. And yes, he meets these Templars, and they're looking for something called the Observatory. It's like this mystical thing it's an all-seeing thing. It's like an ancient power that you could see anyone around the world, and that would basically can end crime and end lying and deceit. And they want it, and Edward thinks he's gonna go after it because it's worth money, and he wants to be a successful pirate. And so it's pretty much just going through that. And there's the graphics are stunning. The side quests are always really good. Some of them are boring, and it's the tedious work sometimes going you have to just sink ships you don't really feel like doing. And it's really difficult sometimes, but most of the time it's really fun to sink a ship because it takes a lot of effort. But the whole open world thing, that is something, because it's in other games they kind of did it, but this is the first one where it's huge, from island to island to island. And there's a few gripes that I have about it, is that there's not really any tall buildings to climb. I mean, that sounds kind of a stupid thing to say, but there's not really any tall buildings to climb, so I was just no, whatever. And there's not many buildings of detail, it's just short little buildings. And you just can't kill civilians. That's what I liked about Assassin's Creed 2. You can be oh, let me just poison this random fool and watch him freak out and die. Can't do that in this one. But throughout the game, he meets Blackbeard, and he meets all these other historical figures, and he goes on these adventures. But the thing about it is, even though all these adventures are fun, they're kind of insignificant to the observatory and what he's really looking for. It's oh, I'm so set to go look at this observatory, and then most of the game he's just on random missions that have nothing to do with it, which kind of did disappoint me because I had fun the whole time. It's just, why did you need to do this? Maybe because you gotta stretch the game out a little bit longer. But and then it was just one thing I didn't like was the modern setting. The modern setting I've always hated about Assassin's Creed. Abstergo and entertainment. It's just who cares? This isn't Entertainment 720. Get it, baby. No, but this isn't. This just that just shouldn't be belong there. And it's Canadian. Sorry, guys. But it's kind of bothered me how you had to come in and out of it. I mean, I understand from the purpose from the very beginning they had this, but even from the beginning they shouldn't have had this in the first place. But but all in all, I think Edward Kenway is my favorite assassin, besides Altair, and I forget the second guy. But I only played 3 of the games. I skipped Assassin's Creed 3 because I heard it was terrible. I heard Unity wasn't very good as well. So 4 was just my natural choice, even though Unity was out. But yeah, they go through all this, and the whole the whole way, and then the whole way is just going through, and then they finally meet this guy, and he leads them to the observatory. And you know he's sketchy from the beginning, and obviously he betrays him and takes the piece of the observatory with him, and they have to go take him, track him down, and then eventually kill him. And then the whole boss of the game, which was like probably the biggest disappointment, because you would think, oh, the boss of the game, it's gonna be difficult to kill. It takes one gunshot from a room to just this whole plot like was like leading up to this, and it was just like, oh, okay, like that's cool. But yeah, you end up gaining the observatory, but you don't really get it in the end. You don't have it. And yeah, and he loses, Blackbeard dies, he loses a lot of his friends, which one of them ended up being a girl. Like, everything costs him everything, and then in the end, the redhead girl says, will you do this forever? How many friends do they have to die? How many drinks do you have to take? How many adventures? When are you actually going to be satisfied? And then you find out that he has 2 kids, and he goes back to England with them. But before that, you see that one of the main villains, I forget his name, he was transferred to the New Times, which is, the story was kind of convoluted at that point. I think maybe I didn't get to see any extra ending footage, but he's the same guy who tried to take the observatory from you. Like, maybe I'm just not getting some info. If you'd like to share some info with me about it, or I need to do some more side quests and figure it out, but I was a little bit confused by it. But all in all, it's a really good game, and you should really check it out. And this is my opinion on it, but I would give it maybe a 4.5 out of 5. No, wait, I'm doing 10 scale. I would give it maybe an 8 then. Yeah, it's a good game. For sure better than most other Assassin's Creed games, and it's not really like a game you have to think about a lot, but it's definitely worth a pick up. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So thanks for checking me out. Comment below, leave me a message, like me, follow me, subscribe, and thanks. Good luck, bye.